We are under the lights here on a at the plate, Cesar Hernandez. And we are set for baseball here this evening. Hit to short. Crawford fields it cleanly, and a good throw gets him one gone. With that, here's the starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia Phillies. Zero, what's the word on this club as they start the new month?
Well, Matty, we know this is a pitcher's park. The numbers bear it out. Look for the managers to play a part in this one. Hopefully the guys listened in the hitters meeting. They're going to stay up the middle, big part of the yard. But when they get on, look for some wheels in motion, some execution, trying to manufacture some runs. I think that's how this lineup will play it out. Hey, this guy's been slumping at the plate. Saw his average fall below 240 prior to this at bat. That knock has to feel good.
Stepping in now, Odubel Herrera. Up high, 2-1 now. Guys, you take a look at the Giants as they begin play here tonight. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Yeah, Matty V, and you know what, D-Row, now I guess it's time where you push that go button. You're getting a little sense of urgency. They find themselves in third place, and if they want to be part of the postseason picture, it's time to get going and get going pronto.
Yeah, it's taken too long for this team to carve out any identity for themselves. They're going to have to find a way to get on a roll, offensively or pitch better.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire. For the bottom of inning number 1 as Gregor Blanco will have honors here in the home first. So 1-1 is put in play to the right side of the infield. Bends down and he barehands it. Not in time. Remarkable play just to stop that ball, but it's going to go into the books as a hit, and the leadoff man is aboard.
I know that has to be frustrating from a pitcher's standpoint, but nice execution, nice hustle. Bottom line, nice hustle. Pitcher's still one good pitch away from getting a double play.
You know, D-Row, one of the things you want to do is make quality pitches as a pitcher, and there's not much you can do right there. You make a pretty good pitch, and the next thing you know, you have a leadoff single on an infield ground ball.
Outside, 2-1. These Phillies, as they enter play here tonight, fellas, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Yeah, Matty V, and you know what, D-Row, now I guess it's time where you push that go button. You're getting a little sense of urgency. They find themselves in third place, and if they want to be part of the postseason picture, it's time to get going and get going pronto.
Yeah, it's taken too long for this team to carve out any identity for themselves. They're going to have to find a way to get on a roll, offensively or pitch better. Something's got to change.
Well hit to right, but foul. Blanco aboard here at first with nobody out. Grounded back up the middle, right to him. There's one. Throw on to first is in time, and they'll double up Crawford. And with that, a look at Bruce Bochy's lineup card for the Giants. Mark, what do you have on this group in front of the home crowd tonight?
Well, I was fortunate to play 2 years in this ballpark and call it my home, AT&T Park. And one thing I'll tell you is, as a right-handed hitter, get going opposite field into the bay out of your head, because it's not happening. You have to keep the line drive approach, and this park play.
Well, the first baseman is under it to make the play, and that still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. The 2-2 one more time. And he fouls this one off.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely late. That breaking ball, the pitch before that heater right there, definitely threw his timing off.
And he'll finally just wear him down as this one swung on and missed for the first out.
Time for a look at the San Francisco Giants on defense. And guys, the thing I want you to take a look at today is in today's game, the new age, everyone wants to move around. This manager does not like to shift a lot. Maybe a step to your right or left, but there's a lot of trust that the pitchers are going to execute. So let's see how it works out for them in this one.
So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Gary Simmons.
You know, Dero, Gary Simmons, he's one of those umpires. He'll give you one thing or the other. At times, his zone can be a little wide, and then he's a little more strict north and south, but he's a pretty consistent umpire.
The key, Dan, is be consistent. You want to give him the inside half, I'm okay with that, but then you can't give him away. If you're going to stay east-west, you better pick one side.
Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1 pitch. Lifts it into the air to shallow center. Jackson is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Here's a little chopper up the middle. And that's out number 1.
So here's how the Phillies are positioned defensively. And let's take a look at first baseman Carlos Santana. Originally came up from the minors as a catcher. Also has dabbled at DH. But don't get it twisted. This guy can handle first base as well with soft hands and big-time power at the plate.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that'll find its way into center field for a 1-out hit. Well, when you're going as well as he is, not even a 2-strike count is going to get in your way.
Yeah, Matty, he's having a monster season, well over 300. Right there, when you're feeling that confident at the plate, it doesn't matter what the count is. You're willing to go deep and still feel confident.
Into the box, Evan Longoria. And a good comeback there. It's 3-1. Set. Here's the 3-1. Skied into very shallow right. Williams has it in his sights. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Next to bat for the Giants, Austin Jackson. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Here's a little chopper up the middle. Reined in. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So next to the plate for the Phils, Jorge Alfaro, as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one. Alfaro in front, 3 balls and a strike. Into his motion, here comes the 3-1. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. And here's the 3-2 from him. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. He'll try it again. 3-2. Swing and a liner, but foul. Grounded to third. Longoria's there. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the 3rd. Next up will be the Phillies pitcher, Nick Pivetta, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. A 1-ball, 2-strike count to the Phillies pitcher.
Hey, I get it. You're all in fastball. You're pulling the trigger at almost anything. That is way too high. He's going to have to lower his sights.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. lifted into the air out towards center field. Jackson is under it. 2 down.
Now batting.
Ready for another chance. Cesar Hernandez. Second appearance here. He grounded out to start the ball game. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
We're seeing him in an absolute groove out there in the mound right now. Retired 7 straight, and mechanically, he looks.
And the third baseman is there to make the catch, and the inning is over. Phillies down in order. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Here's Kelby Tomlinson as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
After that swing, you just got to reset yourself. You still have a strike to work with, and you can't be thinking about how silly you just looked on that last pitch.
Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
In now, Chris Stratton. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there. 2 away. Back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring in Gregor Blanco, the left fielder. The 1-1. Line shot to second, but it's caught, and the side. Digging in to try it again, Rhys Hoskins, as we begin the top of the 4th.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Now batting.
Here's the center fielder, Odubel Herrera. Cue shot here out towards short. And that finds its way into center for a 1-out base hit.
Man, he got the front foot down right there, kept the front shoulder tucked, and was able to stay inside that ball for a soft liner in the center field.
Up next will be Nick Williams. Smoke toward the hole. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
You know, as a former infielder, Danny, they always say you can't be in 2 places at once, but you got to be a little frustrated right here that ball found the hole.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. You make a quality pitch and a guy shoots one through the right side, normally a vacated spot right there. 9 out of 10 times somebody's there to make that play. Unfortunately not, and now we've got a couple of guys on.
Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
The count now at 2-2. Another try at 2-2, and it's fouled away. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2.
He's definitely going to want to get greedy in his zone, and he's obviously seeing the ball well, or he would have swung at that pitch. Sometimes in these long, epic at-bats, you start to get into swing mode.
Big strikeout for the second out there, but he's not out of it yet. We'll see if he can feed off that K, wiggle out of the jam, and keep this game tied.
The 1-2 misses, ball 2. The 2-2 one more time. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Back to back. Digging in for his second at-bat, Brandon Crawford. He's set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning. Hit out towards second. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Now batting. Right
So
fielder.
in now for San Francisco, Andrew McCutchen, 0 for 1 after a pop out in foul territory his first time through. Popped him up. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Well, that's what's so disappointing as a pitcher, D-Row. You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach right there, and you thank your lucky stars. That's a nice AB.
Standing in now, Buster Posey. Swing hard liner to left center. And that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances.
Hey, listen, as a pitcher, when you fall behind with 3 balls, you want to come in there and throw a strike, and sometimes you're going to give up a base hit.
Yeah, Danny, that's the name of the game from the offensive standpoint. Work yourself, count leverage, man. 2-0, 3-0, 3-1. Buy yourself that pop-committed fastball and cheat.
Into the box now, Brandon Belt. And that's in there, 3-1.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
Grounded to the right, played on the backhand. The second for 1. Back to the pitcher, covering. It's a double play in the inning. The 1-2. Grounded up the first baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. The 1-2. Tapped down the line. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. And now the third baseman sneaks into position to cover a potential drag bunt.
Hey, I'm biased to the hitter right now. Keep frustrating that pitcher. Foul 12 of these things off. He's going to miss over the heart of the plate at some point.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
That strikeout was a real good example of a pitcher continuing to make a guy chase out of the zone. When you recognize a hitter is in protect mode, you don't have to come inside the strike zone. You could just expand further and further until he literally can't touch it.
Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. Cutter, and it doesn't make it back. 3-2.
Pretty easy pitch to lay off there. 2-2. Not even close to being in the strike zone. He made it easy for the hitter in that one.
There's ball 4.
Man, when you don't get a call on a pitch that good, you have to wonder if maybe it's personal. You can't blame him for being angry, but he's got to find a way to move on and focus on the next batter.
So here now is the pitcher, Nick Pivetta. He could be bunting here in order to stay out of the double play. And now the manager brings his outfield in here with the pitcher at the plate. Doesn't want to get burned on any weak bloopers. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Cesar Hernandez. Third at bat in this one. He's bounced out and popped out in his 2 previous trips. Jackson comes on now and makes the catch in shallow center for round number 2. Ready for another shot now. Rhys Hoskins. 1 for 2 with a base hit back in the first inning of play. Working to keep it tied. Here's the pitch. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment. And I'm pretty sure he thought that was a strike. He's thinking, what do I have to do? Put a bow on it? Walk it down and put it in the catcher's glove by myself? I think it got called a little outside, so he has to put it behind him now.
Digging in and looking for more, Odubel Herrera, one of the bigger spots in the ball game so far. Base is juiced now with 2 away. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. The count now at 2-1. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2.
Definitely a big pitch coming up right here. He's going to be pumped if he can work his way out of this inning with the game still tied.
That's in there, base hit. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Boy, it's been tough to score in this one so far through the 5th inning, but that RBI base hit right there is a nice breakthrough.
Yeah, it's been a great pitcher's duel up until this point. They've been executing on the bump without question.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
The 3-2 one more time. Now a ball hit high and fairly deep down the left field line. This ball has a chance and gone for a home run. A solo shot for Evan Longoria, number 11 for him on the season, and the Giants have come back to tie things here at 1-1.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Into the box, Austin Jackson. Hit on the ground toward the left. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
Now batting, second baseman, Kelby Tomlinson.
Stepping in, Kelby Tomlinson. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Hard hit ball to second. That's his first base hit, making 1 for 2 now.
Now batting, the pitcher, Chris Stratton.
Riding in once again, Chris Stratton. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. Now time called at the plate as he'll step out and try and start it again. Nick Hundley will be summoned off the bench here as he'll pinch hit with a runner at first and 1 gone in the inning.
Nick Hundley.
And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike 2. And oh, a big rip at the curveball, but he didn't get it, and he becomes the second casualty of the inning. Here's the lefty, Gregor Blanco now. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Blanco.
Hit hard towards center. In there, a base hit.
He's lucky it's only a single back up the middle and not a double in the gap or a home run. Pitches like that in the show get absolutely hammered.
In now, Brandon Crawford. Popped him up. Santana shading to his right. He hauls it in, and the potential go-ahead run will not come around to score. But bye-bye, baby, as the Giants are able to tie things up thanks to the solo dinger. Through 5 innings, all tied at 1-1.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Giants, Number 13.
Carlos Santana will be the first one to greet him, as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Under this one is Blanco. One away.
The batter, number
Stepping
4.
in and ready for another shot, number 4. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. He throws him on the fastball there. Number 4 takes the hat trick with his 3rd strikeout of the night.
Franco.
Digging in now for Philadelphia, Maikel Franco. He flew out his first time around and then was a strikeout victim most recently. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
And you know what? Give this guy some credit up there, because this had the look of being a very quick inning. He's been able to stretch this at bat out a little bit, and that's something that shouldn't go unnoticed.
This is line to left, and that's in there. Base hit.
The pitcher, number 40.
Ready once again, Nick Pivetta. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6. Now the 2-1. Hit the other way out toward right field. Tomlinson has got it, and the side is retired. Now at the plate, Andrew McCutchen. A hit in 2 tries so far. And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Buster Posey. 1 for 2. He grounded out first time up and followed that with a base hit. The 2-1 home. Line towards center field. But this is unfortunately right at him in center field as he takes it in for the first out.
The first baseman, number 9, Brandon Belt.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. The 3-1. Line drive to center field. But sadly for him, this will head straight to the center fielder as he puts it away without much trouble for the second out.
Now batting, third baseman, Evan Longoria.
So it's a runner at first with 2 men out. And standing in here is the very dangerous third baseman, Evan Longoria. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Check swing in the dirt, but he went around. And that ends the inning. So they pick up no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 7th inning coming up, all tied at 1-1. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Cesar Hernandez. Already the beginning of the 7th inning here, as this game has had a very brisk pace to it so far. And another foul ball. Popped him up. There to take it is Belt for the first out.
Up next for Philadelphia, left fielder.
And that'll bring up the Sacramento product, Rhys Hoskins. He's 1 for 2 in this one. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Nice 2-seam fastball there. You don't usually see a lot of swings and misses with that pitch unless it's really moving. So that one must have had it.
Looking at a fastball to end the inning. We'll get a look at Austin Jackson when we come back.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for.
Here's Austin Jackson, the center fielder. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Toward the alley in left center, and that's going to be a base hit, so the possible go-ahead run is on here to start the home half of the 7th.
I don't know how he got to that fastball right there. That looked like the old Tommy Hawk approach back in the 60s and 70s getting to that.
Stepping in now, Kelby Tomlinson. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Swing and a little blooper to center. Herrera moving in. He can't get to it. This one's down. Throw will hold him at second, but the go-ahead runs in scoring position now with still nobody out.
These guys are in perfect position to break through right here and to take the lead. There is, without question, nothing tougher than back-to-back singles. You don't know if they're going to bunt. You don't know. They can do so. They have so many options at their disposal right now.
Pablo Sandoval will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 48, Pablo Sandoval.
That's in there on the outer half. 1 and 2 now. This year against right-handed pitching, Sandoval is exactly a .220 hitter, so he'll look to improve on that if he can a little bit here.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
And that didn't work out too well as the pinch hitter comes on to bounce into a double play.
Left fielder.
So a runner at third, 2 men are out, and that'll bring in Gregor Blanco, the left fielder. Line softly toward the hole. And he will deliver one of the biggest at-bats of the night. It's a base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you start to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching. When runs are at a premium, that's one makes you feel really good about yourself.
Into the box now, Brandon Crawford. And that jammed him a bit there as it's fouled at the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes to Crawford.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hitting over 300 by luck. He really knows the strike zone and his own strengths. That last take is a great example.
And that misses there, so he runs the count full now. Now the 3-2 pitch. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Hoskins waits on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Hunter Strickland enters from the pen to start the 8th, and it's quite possible they'll ask him to pitch 2 full innings to close this out. Now the 2-1. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. But this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Crawford's got it. And a great athletic play to get him. Man, wow.
How about
8th inning here from San Francisco with the Giants on top as you get a look at our line score to this point. Ready for another shot now. Carlos Santana 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
now batting? Number 4.
Ready for another chance. Number 4. 3 at-bats for him in this one, all ending with him going down on strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Popped him up. Belt in foul ground. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Edebray Ramos is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 61.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Andrew McCutchen. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Williams is under it, looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Here's Buster Posey now. He's got it. Hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Liner towards second. A diving try, but it's through into the outfield.
Got to be a little frustrated on the offensive side. Yeah, everybody's getting knocks and the batting averages are flowing right now, but nobody's come up with that big runner in scoring position, 2-out knock kind of feel that really is going to break this game open.
Into the box, Brandon Belt drives it out to deep right center field. Ranging back is Herrera at the track, but he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap. The relay, and he is in there.
Well, he was definitely struggling coming into this one, but I think we could say that cold streak is officially over. That's his second hit of the game, and it goes for extra bases. We'll see now if this game proves to be a huge turning point for him.
Digging in once again, Evan Longoria. He went deep back in the fifth. Bouncer down the line, but it gets foul. Another 1-2 delivery. Line towards center field. Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. And a relay to the plate. And he will beat the tag. Safe at the plate.
Boy, this one looked like it was headed for extra bases off the bat. Instead, a line drive bullet caught in the alley, but he does end up getting a sacrifice fly.
In now, Austin Jackson. Now a flare out toward right center. Coming in is Williams. He can't get there as it falls in. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second, and it's a 4-1 game.
Hey, Dero, that's a big RBI right there to stretch this lead to 3. Takes a lot of pressure off your pitcher going into the bottom part of the inning.
Yeah, Dan, no doubt. As an offense, all you're trying to do is put your pitchers in positions to be successful. Giving them that 3-run cushion has to make you feel good.
Standing in now, Kelby Tomlinson. Now a swing, and the barrel of the bat breaks in 2 that time. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is Bay Bridge, and at the other end, the city by the bay as we continue tonight's ball game from AT&T Park. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
Hey, boys, although I'd love to get all over this offense for underachieving, let's tip our cap to this pitching staff right here. They've been able to execute, working all 4 quadrants and keeping this team totally off balance.
Fouled off. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th. Digging in and looking for more, Jorge Alfaro. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Fouled away. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone. Aaron Altair will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here. And this will be a called strike 2. In trouble now as they're down to their final strike tonight. Now a fastball inside, and he works it back to a full count now. Philly down to their last strike. And he lays off ball 4. So he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Cesar Hernandez. And we'll see if they can make him pay for the 2-out walk. Always considered a big no-no, of course. Tomlinson has it. Throw on to first, and the ball game is over.
Yeah, and in this game, you always try to find a way to be hopeful. They win the first game of a new month and are now looking to keep it rolling the rest of the way.
A 4-1 finish in this evening's game. The Giants jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Will Smith claims the win out of the pen, his first. Hunter Strickland works 2 full innings in relief to record the save, his 12th of the season. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshownation.com.